on, which is the big money for the for the housing. There's six provisions in this incredible provision for housing, and those three are brand new. Average are getting about $5,000 over the last 2 weeks. It is absolutely incredible. Viewers didn't know this. Viewers had thought that if they had gotten third stimulus before, they couldn't get it again. You can't. And they thought if they hadn't gotten it, it had been used up. Well, it was not. It was still available with another round of money. And that is why I brought third stimulus back in this recording, to show you how to get that big money. Very simply, that if you got your rent and utilities and mortgage assistance paid, for example, and you don't have to pay it for the month of December, don't have to pay it for January, February, that is thousands of dollars freed up, keeping in your wallet, and you can go put that to buying some holiday gifts. And that's exactly what viewers have done. Let's take a step back. In December 2020, we had the same situation. It was the end of first stimulus going into second stimulus. And second stimulus wasn't coming. You needed money for rent. You need money for bills. You need money for holiday gifts. And I said, go get that money for rent. It's available right now. Not a lot of it. It was then. It was first stimulus into second stimulus. Tyrone and his family in Boston got that money for rent at the time, $15,000. It freed up his bills. It allowed him money to go get that money for the rent. Then, at the same time, I had a preview of a new body of legislation coming out. And I said, this is very fascinating. I'm going to call this third stimulus. I coined the expression on this channel. And I said, when third stimulus becomes law, there's a $14 stimulus check in there, but I think I can get you $15,000. Wow. As soon as it became law, I said, you can pounce faster because you're a purple hawk. You know exactly what the money is. And more importantly, you've done this before. And when it became law, you did so well. You got in there, you didn't get $15,000, you got $45,000, and that's incredible. Some people coming on back into the live chat. You're just joining me and back in the live chat. What's going on is we're having big storms of connectivity right now, and those storms here in Southern California are causing big power outages. So I'm trying to keep the live feed. I just repressed the live feed to see if you could come back into the live chat. So the great news is that you can get that money available right now. Let's go over those incredible success stories for today. And if you missed any part of this video, I'm going to re-upload it later today. So Amy says, thank you for your unprecedented dedication, helping your viewers attain the financial help during these uncertain times. Your extensive coverage of detailed information has been a blessing to so many. Your demeanor is always pleasant, positive, witty, and a pillar of hope for the American people. She's in Kentucky. This was a message before the horrible tornadoes that ravaged that state and neighboring states. So send your prayers out to them. But her message was very loud and clear. There's money available everywhere, so go get that money, even in rural Kentucky. She had gotten 2 rounds of utilities earlier this year from this channel. She got out. And then she got food stamps, and she says, you're a blessing, incredible God blessing. I appreciate that. Hope your family is safe, Amy, and your husband. We have Judy, and Judy was incredible. She said, you're Jesus in disguise. I appreciate that, Judy. Judy heard my reporting. She got this money back in December 2020. She got $3,000, paid all her bills during the holiday season. So she heard from me that this was available again, and she got it. This last week, she got $3,000 for her December, January, February rent, and she said now she's able to get those Christmas gifts I've always wanted for my loved ones. I've been listening since March 2020. I've been telling my friends and family about it, and they're getting their mortgage and food assistance. I'm going to get a rent next year as well. You are the best. I really appreciate that. And there's Sandra. She got money as well. There we are. Then we have Tonya, who got money for Amber. Congratulations. We have Thornton Diaz, who got 4 more months of rent. We have Chef John Meyer, who got additional sums of money. Deborah got 6 months of rent. Congratulations to her, $4,000. We have Lynn Glenn, you know her. She got an additional round of 4 rent. She got rent earlier this year. Lorica, she got free food to the end of this year. Robin says, you're an angel in disguise. I appreciate that, Robin. She got 3 rounds from one utilities and 3 rounds from another utilities. We have D. Miller, who got 4 more months of rent. And then we have Madonna, who got 3 rounds just a few days ago. I love the story about Kathy Cheney. She got about $6,000. She says, you are godsend. Love God's problems all day long. We're trying to do as much of a live feed as I can. If I can't, then we'll see what we're doing. So get that pen and paper ready and newsletter ready, and let's go over that incredible money you can get right now for that rent. And boy, is incredible. It was no less than 3 months ago that when we were looking at the rent, it was $20,000 to $30,000. Well, the rent has gone up a lot. And what is it now? It is upwards of $40,000. Let's look at that graphic. If you're in the live chat, it really helps if you can keep on posting comments in the chat. Just keep on saying hello or hi or happy holiday. I see Dragon. I see Susie Hampton. Keep on posting your live chat so I can see you're connected. I show excellent connectivity at the moment, so that is good. Let's Build It says, wow, it's gone up a lot. Mark's brother-in-law got $15,000. It's huge. Again, you're going to reach out to all utility companies for third stimulus. You want to keep on getting that big money for third stimulus. Keep on posting your chats, comments in the live chat. I want to make sure you are there. There is just a story. Part one of Johnny's incredible story started a few weeks ago when he was watching these videos. Started the week at 0 on Monday. By Wednesday, he got 3 programs approved, 45,000. He listened very carefully to where I say, keep on getting other sums of money, and he did. And by the end of the week, he had 7 programs approved. Why is this important? Why do I like this? Because Johnny clearly made 15 phone calls. You're going to get a 20 to 50% rejection rate when you're making the phone calls. So he had to get 15 phone calls to get 7 approvals. How much did he get in those 5 days? $80,000. There you go. For anyone who says, I made 1 phone call, I got a no, you're doing it right because you're going to get some no's. Keep on making those phone calls. Number 2, second part of Johnny's story, followed the following Monday. He reached out to his 2 family members. He said, I got $8,000 last week from LALATE. They said, I've heard about him. Where'd you get the money from? He said, third stimulus. He said, Johnny, how come I don't hear about this in broadcast media? He says, they don't cover it. Let me show you. He did. And by the end of the week, they went from non-believers to believers, each getting $50,000. It's incredible. The third part of Johnny's incredible story came 2 Sundays ago. I was watching Sunday Night Football, and there were viewers in the live chat. How are you? There's Roxanne, and there is Bill. If you're in the live chat, keep on posting that you're there so I make sure you are joining us in this incredible broadcast. So what happened was Johnny had said people kept on coming over the house, asking him, explain to him what this third stimulus was, and he helped them. How many people did he help? 32. How much did he get them? $850,000. Yes, you can do this as well. So go right in the video right now and become a member today. Get that incredible newsletter so you get all these big sums of money available right now. This is third stimulus, and it's available in the newsletter. It comes out Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific, and the LALATE alert system. It features the places you get this money from, the 6 places you reach out to. It features the keywords you say. It features the 3 musts, and it features stuff not covered in this video, like the 5 nonprofits. What do the 5 nonprofits pay for? What does that 1 nonprofit pay for the home repairs? It also features the important statement from Treasury you want to read before reaching out to get those incredible sums of money. And with that, let's go back into 4 stimulus where we left off at when talking about the housing provisions. So the housing provisions have 3 new housing provisions in there, and the first one is the big money. I'm having problems even saying something. Is the big money for the home repairs. This would be for low-income families, for the weatherize your homes, all types of families, and then for the first-time home purchases, this would be money given from the sellers, from the U.S. government to the sellers in your name during the escrow period. Let's go back in that recon. So what are the other incredible provisions of that recon? $150 billion of free home health care for seniors, people on disabilities, $550 Pell Grant check for my college students, and then the incredible $12,500 for the purchase of a new electric vehicle, which then brings us to one of the best of this entire recon, which is the money for cheaper medication. Day 1, 20 medications will be dramatically discounted, and those are the most expensive medications across the board. B and D. It'll grow to 30 medications by the year 2028. Cannot increase more than the rate of inflation per year. And if they do increase more than the rate of inflation, then there's a penalty provision. Penalty provision? You can't have a penalty provision, says Pat Toomey, the GOP senator. Well, that is what the parliamentarian is set to do in paid leave battleground. The immigration reform coming out. If you're in the live chat, post your comments right now so I see that you're there. Those items across the board will keep on coming in. I see some connectivity, so I think we're good. Well, that paid leave, if it comes out, then it frees up a lot of cash. Remember, if a program comes out of the recon because of the bird bath, they'll be to another program across the board. And with that, let's go back into those final provisions that are in that incredible recon. They are in there also. The universal pre-kindergarten, brand new, 1 year. The Pell Grant, we went over that. The continuation for the third stimulus are, first, the CTC, child tax. Those set of changes. I'll be going over those in just a second, but let's take a detour for just a blink of an eye over to that student loan debt forgiveness. That student loan debt forgiveness is huge, and the offer on the table is there. The president has offered to forgive $10,000 of student loan debt forgiveness for all individuals across the board. The Democrats should take it. The president already forgave student loan debts for individuals who became disabled after graduation, went to work and the public sector after graduation. Then, fifth stimulus and COLA raise. Your benefits are going up 5.9% January 1 because of COLA. Now, I'm seeing a lot of people saying their SNAP benefits are being reduced. Yeah, very confusing because your SNAP benefits went up 25% in October. This stimulus comes right behind it and says you're not getting paid enough, so it wants to raise your benefits up one big time, lifetime. Then apply a new benchmark starting December 2022. Remove the asset cap, remove the income cap, and remove the marriage penalty. Meantime, you know what today is, you know what tomorrow is. December 14th and December 15th are two critical days for the Federal Reserve. Later today, we're going to get the first insight of what's happening with the Federal Reserve. You need to know this because it's very important for you. The Federal Reserve is going to announce its policies for next year for where it's going with this economy. Two issues at hand: taper interest rate spikes. When the pandemic first hit, the Federal Reserve was deeply concerned that there would be a run on banks because people didn't know what COVID was, and that there wouldn't be liquidity in the economy. So the Federal Reserve stepped in and started buying mortgage-backed securities. After a while, it became clear they did not need to do that anymore, but kept on doing it. So they understood they had to taper, start removing this slowly. A month ago, we thought the tapering was going to be slow, and we thought there would be one interest rate spike at the end of December 2022. But that's no longer the situation today. Today and tomorrow, we will see if my predictions are true. That I believe, one, the tapering will be fast, and number two, the interest rate spikes will be two of them, not one next year, and the first one will be very soon in Q1. Why? Three economic data points that have come in the last week and a half are very, very strong. First, the unemployment number. Wall Street, the Federal Reserve, and White House officials were looking for an unemployment number by 2022. We are almost already at that number, the lowest unemployment number since the Great Depression, since the 1960s. The job participation number, great. That is people on the sidelines coming back to the workforce. Then last Thursday, the new unemployment claims number coming in, 189,000 new unemployment claims that week. This is huge because pre-pandemic we were 225. We're better than pre-pandemic. We are better than even a month ago, which was in the 300 to 400,000 range, and certainly we're not the 1 million from during the earliest months of COVID. Number three, the inflation number that came in last Friday. This is where I need to give myself a pat on the back, because during the summer, the Federal Reserve was saying that the inflation rate in December was going to be 1-2%. I said, no, it's too low. It's going to be higher. Wall Street saying 2-3%. I said, no, it's going to be higher. Jeremy Siegel said 20%. I said, not that high. And then I felt that I was a little too high. It came down to 5%. The Federal Reserve was saying in the spring that inflation was going to go up with this hand gesture I did at the time, transitory, temporary, and then come back down, a temporary spike. I said, it's not. I said, it's going to go up and stay up for a while until it comes back down. Guess what? Last Friday, my numbers came true. It came in at the inflation rate at 6.9%, and it's not going down anytime fast, anytime soon. That is why three economic factors going into the Federal Reserve meetings December 14th and 15th signal that the Federal Reserve is likely to taper faster, remove that asset-backed mortgage security buying faster, and do not one but two interest rate spikes in 2022, and the first one sooner. And with that, we go into the final minutes with my commentary of what is happening with those senators, what is happening with that recon, what is happening with the vote, and what is happening with your wallet. Get your pen and paper ready, because here is where we go. If you're just joining this live chat, I'll explain to you what has happened. Throughout the day, there's going to be very bad storms here in Southern California, and those storms are causing connectivity for a live show. And even for uploading a video, it's difficult. So give me some time. This show initially started as one live feed, and then I replaced the live show so you can come back in. But you're going to see this entire video in tape format, re-uploaded again later today in case you miss anything. Here you go. The recon, will it become a law in December? Absolutely. I believe it will. Will the recon become a law before Christmas? I think it's really tight, folks. I think it's really, really tight. It can. There's enough days. But I think and I don't think it really makes much of a difference because they can do it on the 27th, 28th, and 29th. Done. Are you going to get any money from fourth stimulus recon before Christmas? No. You knew that. I knew that for over 2 weeks. Number three, are you getting any money from fourth stimulus in the month? Highly unlikely, because there's not enough days to get that money out in the mail to you. So that is why third stimulus is so important. I brought third before. You've done this before. We've done this as a family before. In December 2020, we had first stimulus, which was this small, that had nothing for rent in there practically. Very little money for first stimulus for rent. You have that extra cash in your wallet, and that extra cash in your wallet can be dedicated to holiday gifts. And that's what Judy said. She did this last year with this channel. She's doing it right now. So how do you get more of this money? And where is that more money right now? This is great news. So here you go. If you got this $5,000 in the last 2 weeks, here's how to get more of it. Number one, go through your notes and see which of the utilities you haven't gotten. And that's what Made Lou did. I said, you have probably 4 utilities you did not get paid, the bill paid for. Number two, get an additional round. How do you get an additional round at the same time? Here's an example. Let's say you got organization 1 to pay your rent, October, November, December. We'll go get organization number 2 to pay your rent for January, February, March. That is a way you can get an additional wad of cash in your wallet. Going on. How is everyone in the live chat? Let me jump in the live chat. I see Dragon again, and I see Team Pasani, and I see the live chat, so I can see you. I can see myself, so that's good. We have very bad storms here in Southern California, so there'll be connectivity problems all day long for live feeds, and uploading is going to be very, very difficult. All right, so where were we, where are we going, and where we're going for it? This channel was always an informational channel, educational, news, how-to, financial news channel. It was on day one. I pressed on day one recording to explain to people, how do you get your EIDL loan approved if you applied and it's not getting funded? How do you get FPUC? No one had ever heard of this. How do you get PUA, a brand new program? What are the questions and answers you do when you're doing that PUA application? It was all how to. When I moved into this space in December last year, in October, September last year, and I started covering the subject matter, I showed people how to get the big money under second stimulus. I showed you how to get the big money coming from third stimulus. It was always how to. And now, as we're in the cusp of the passage of the biggest recon we've ever seen in the history of the channel, you should be ecstatic. But there's a couple things you need to do. Number one, you need to have a pen and paper when you're watching the videos. Take notes of every check I mentioned, program. And if it's a check that you want, write it down. Then put question marks next to it if there's something you don't understand. I understand this provision. I understand that one. I understand that one. Bring those questions, log them all together, because we're having a new live show with interactivity coming to this channel shortly, in which I'm going to answer your questions, because as soon as it becomes live, you're going to pounce as a purple hawk, and get that money before anyone else. I had a viewer 2 days ago said she has these conversations about fourth stimulus with her neighbor. Fourth stimulus, her neighbor doesn't even know about it. And she says, and I said, the reaction is, that's a situation. This is, you're an elite group. You have attained information, you have attained skills, you have attained information and education. And now you're able to do stuff that your neighbor and your sister and your brother may not be able to do because they haven't taken the time to watch the videos. Now, I want you to really make a promise to yourself that you'll watch every video every single day for the next 14 days, because these programs are going to change. They're going to change, and the amounts are going to change, the eligibility is going to change. And as soon as it becomes law, you have to be ready to get the money right after the bat. I had someone jump in the live chat yesterday, said, what day is the SS200 under fourth stimulus going to pay out? That was a person that's just not listening to the video. Not listening to the video, looking for something that they may have heard about 7 months ago and not paying clear attention. You got to do these things right away and right quickly. And when you do, you clean up really, really well. Takeaway is that one, third stimulus is paying now. You can clean up under this third stimulus right now, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. You can absolutely get more money. It's going to continue to pay in early next year because you'll be able to get another round. There's so much of this money. Fourth stimulus is going to become law. And when it becomes law in the next few days, you're going to be ready to pounce. How are you different than other people? You have to sort of accept, and I have accepted, that you are going to be an elite group different from other people. Who are those other people? Donut guys and donut gals. There, you will see them swarming around. As soon as the recon becomes law, you know exactly when it becomes law. They're going to jump in the live chat and say, so what day is it landing in my bank account? We're going to be sitting back saying, oh, you're back. Hi, good to see you again. How are you? Donut guy and donut gal is not going to have a good year. They're not going to have a good year because they started the year $1,400 and they end the year $1,400. They're not going to make a single penny in the entire year from any of these recons because they did not want to learn. This channel is always about showing you how to learn, showing you how to get the money. And they didn't really want to learn. They always thought that everything was just sort of in my hand, in my mailbox, in my direct deposit, and just tell me when it's landing, how much, and am I going to get it, and how many of those am I going to get? No, that was never third stimulus. It was never really the core first stimulus, and it's certainly not fourth stimulus. And that is why you're going to be an elite group, because you've taken the time to learn all the information. Now, if you're, that's fine.